For many of you, a case that already has a conclusion and a determined cause of death, but still has unexplained details within it, does that create curiosity for you? The case we'll discuss today has such unexplained circumstances, yet it has been officially closed with a determined cause of death. So, let's continue. I'm your storyteller, and today we'll discuss Elisa Lam, a case with unanswered questions. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old Canadian student of Chinese descent who was traveling alone along the west coast of the United States in early 2013. On January 26th, she checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, a notoriously infamous hotel with a dark history spanning decades. This hotel had been home to numerous serial killers. Elisa was initially placed in a shared dormitory room. Still, she was later moved to a private room because her roommates complained about her strange behavior. She left notes on their beds and locked the door to prevent them from entering. On January 31st, 2013, Elisa disappeared completely. Her family in Vancouver lost contact with her after she had been calling them daily. They immediately reported it to the Los Angeles police. The police searched the entire 600-room hotel, used tracking dogs, checked every floor, basement, and rooftop. They interviewed staff and guests, but no one saw or heard anything unusual. Elisa's room showed no signs of struggle or violence. Her personal belongings, phone and laptop, were still intact in the room. Police expanded the search to the surrounding neighborhood and checked security cameras at nearby stores, but still found no clues. On February 14th, after 2 weeks of fruitless searching, police decided to release the last security camera footage showing Elisa. This 4-minute video, recorded by the elevator camera on the day she disappeared, quickly became one of the most disturbing videos ever circulated on the internet. In the video, Elisa enters the elevator and presses multiple floor buttons. It appears she pressed nearly all of them. The elevator door doesn't close, even though it normally closes automatically after a few seconds. She stands, waiting, looking out into the hallway anxiously. Then, she steps out of the elevator, looking left and right, as if searching for someone, or checking if anyone is following her. She hides in the corner of the elevator, pressing her body against the wall, as if trying to hide from someone or something. After a few seconds, she peeks her head out again to check the hallway. The strangest part of the video is when Elisa steps completely out of the elevator and begins making extremely unusual hand movements. She waves her hands, moving her fingers in unnatural ways, bending her joints at odd angles. She appears to be talking or arguing intensely with someone, but no other person appears in the frame. Body language experts later analyzed that her gestures resembled someone desperately trying to explain something or arguing. Some people thought she was playing a game, while others believed she was experiencing severe hallucinations. Finally, Elisa steps out of the camera frame and disappears. Even stranger, after she leaves, the elevator door closes normally, and the elevator begins stopping at each floor where she had pressed buttons earlier. This video immediately attracted millions of views and generated countless speculations about what Elisa had experienced. Nearly 3 weeks after Elisa's disappearance, on February 19th, the Cecil Hotel began receiving numerous complaints from guests about the water quality. Guests complained that the tap water was black or dark brown, water pressure was very weak, and that it had an unbearably foul odor. Some guests said the water tasted strange when brushing their teeth. Hotel management sent a maintenance worker to the rooftop to check the water system. On the rooftop were 4 massive water tanks, each about 3 meters high and containing thousands of liters of water, supplying the entire hotel. When the worker climbed up to check the western water tank, he discovered the tank lid was open and saw something floating inside. It was Elisa Lam's body. The police and fire department were immediately summoned. They had to cut the water tank and drain the water because the tank opening was too narrow to pull the body out. This process took many hours. When the body was retrieved, police discovered Elisa was completely naked and in a state of decomposition from being submerged in water for nearly 3 weeks. Her clothes, watch, room key, and jewelry were all floating inside the water tank. This raised the question of why she removed all her clothes before entering the tank, or whether someone had removed her clothes. Even more horrifying was the discovery that the entire hotel, including hundreds of guests and staff, had been using water from this tank for drinking, cooking, and bathing for nearly 3 weeks without knowing there was a body in it. The details about how Elisa accessed the water tank made the case even more mysterious. To reach the rooftop, one had to pass through a door with an alarm system that would sound if someone opened it without a key. No staff member heard any alarm during the night Elisa disappeared. The water tank was located on the rooftop, placed on a high platform, and to get inside the tank, one had to lift the tank lid, weighing about 20 kilograms, then climb over the high tank wall. For a small woman like Elisa, to do this alone would be extremely difficult, especially if she were in an unstable mental state. Moreover, if she climbed in by herself, how did the tank lid end up nearly closed? Some witnesses said the tank lid was completely closed when the body was found, but the maintenance worker insisted the lid was slightly open. The autopsy results were released in June 2013, 4 months after the body was discovered. The report noted no signs of violence or external injuries on Elisa's body. There were no signs she was sexually assaulted or beaten. Toxicology tests found no illegal drugs, alcohol, or addictive substances in her body. However, tests revealed that the concentration of bipolar disorder medication in her blood was lower than normal treatment levels. Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression since 2010 and was taking 4 different medications: antidepressants, mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and medication for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The low drug concentration in her blood suggested she may have missed doses or intentionally stopped taking her medication in the days before she disappeared. The medical examiner initially planned to conclude the cause of death as undetermined due to the decomposed state of the body. But after months of investigation, they changed the conclusion to accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a contributing factor. According to the official conclusion, Elisa was experiencing a severe mental health episode, possibly due to not taking her medication regularly. In a state of psychosis or hallucination, she may have found a way to the rooftop and voluntarily climbed into the water tank, perhaps to bathe, or because hallucinations made her think it was safe. Once inside the cold water tank, the slippery and high walls prevented her from climbing out, leading to exhaustion and drowning. The strange behavior in the elevator video was explained as manifestations of psychosis or hallucinations. She may have been hiding from things only she could see or talking to people who didn't exist. After that, no one knows anything more, and many theories emerged because of the hotel's notoriety, as it had been the site of many murders with both killers and victims. Some theorized the young victim was controlled by some supernatural entity, along with countless other theories. But the life of this young woman at the beautiful age of 21 was gone forever. Like and subscribe for the next videos.